All right, to go ahead and kind of answer your questions, we'll start with the definition first. The spike that you're referring to is called Epoc, okay? That's EPOC. What it stands for is your oxygen consumption post-exercise. So that means following a bout of exercise. Now, that occurs no matter whether you're doing a steady state form or you're doing our interval style where it's a rest to work ratio. Work means at a very high intensity, which for us, if we can refer back to our cardio, like our interval programs, let's say the 1 minute on, the 3 minutes off. When we talk about the work period, we're talking about 60 seconds of all out, your hardest that you could go. Meaning if you're still on the treadmill at 61 seconds, you're about to fall off it, or you just didn't work hard enough. Okay, now the idea is that when you're training like that your cardiovascular system, your muscular system, they're never on the same page. Things are just going haywire. So that when you stop, the recovery time is going to be much longer to get everything back in balance, to get you back to what would be considered homeostasis, your normal, your average like setting day to day. Now, with that being said, Epoc for a beginner person could stay elevated for anywhere from like 3 to 7 hours. So it could have great benefit to your resting metabolic rate, which for us, when we kind of talked about this earlier, I hope you understood that you're gonna, no matter what program, whether you're the active advanced person or you're the beginner novice person, there are gonna be many more hours where you're not in the gym and many more where you're outside of the gym. So what we do with our resting metabolic rate and how we influence that is gonna be of great importance, right? So that kind of goes back to the design of the whole workout. We wanna prep you. We wanna do some things in the beginning with soft tissue things, some foam rolling to help break out the knots so that you don't move inaccurately when we're doing our resistance training, which resistance training would be our second area of importance. First, we do the soft tissue stuff so that you don't get hurt. Second, we do the resistance training, which is gonna be more closely related to your goal, whether you're trying to build mass or you're trying to take body fat off. Why? Again, like we talked about earlier, your muscles spend many more calories when you're not in the gym in comparison to fat tissue, which ultimately was your body is made of, fat tissue or muscle tissue. So we want to do the things that it takes to increase the size of those, to make those stronger, to make those bigger, to make them more metabolically active. Then our third area of concern is your cardiovascular end, which again, we put it third because if we do it first, it's going to steal basically the gas that drives your muscles to contract when you're doing resistance training. So we try to avoid that. I guess in a perfect world, in the design of most competitive bodybuilders routines, which, you know, when you're losing body fat, that's what you're trying to do, is pretty much follow a bodybuilder type of program. Bodybuilders will break their day up. Like if they're getting paid to work out, they'll come in the gym, they'll do their cardiovascular exercise in the morning, they'll follow programs similar to this, depending on how far away they are from their competitions. Then they'll take a break. They'll come back in the middle of the day, match their hormonal cycles, right? Give them the best opportunity to build muscle mass, and they'll do their weight training. So for us, given that these are going to be rather long workout sessions and we're dealing with average people, we follow our sequence where number one, we go safety first, we do our soft tissue stuff. Number two, we build some muscle mass, and then number three, we finish with our endurance training, which our cardiovascular interval style training, which again, the Epoc that you asked about will stay elevated given your definition of your fitness level for anywhere from 3 hours to 7 hours. The more advanced person might not see the same effects, but that's closely related to their intensity level that they're working on. So when I say that you have to work as hard as you possibly can, for an advanced person, that can be very, very high and very, very hard. And we talked about the other day, Alicia brought up having a heart rate monitor. This would be an instance where that could really be of benefit to an advanced person. Anyways, I hope that helps. In a couple minutes, hopefully I could get the graph out and I could show you again, and I could have my client film me. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye.